But I got some games that I picked out that I think are going to be great games to watch this season. And of course, I'm going to start in true fashion. I'm going to start with Georgia versus South Carolina, the Dogs versus the Gamecocks. This game takes place on September 17th. It is a noon kickoff in South Carolina, so it's an away game for the Dogs.
Yep.
It's an away game for the Dogs. So hang on just 1 second. I'm adjusting some stuff here. I got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I need to move this screen onto over here like that. Those of you that are at home, you can't see what I'm doing, but you know, I got multiple monitors. Your boys doing it like that. So, okay. This game takes place on Saturday, September 17th. It's a noon kickoff on the East Coast, 11 a.m. kickoff here in wonderful, beautiful Oklahoma City. Just for frame of record, last 5 games, record to record against each other. Georgia went 4-1 with the sole loss being their singular loss of the season against the Crimson Tide in the SEC championships, which they in turn turned around and defeated Alabama in the national championship. And South Carolina had a little surge late in the season. They wound up going 3-2 overall. They did have a close loss to Missouri, and they got completely shellacked by Clemson. So we shall see. Now, here's the big thing. Here's the big thing. This is the reason why this is an exciting game for me. And then I'm going to hand it over to you and get your thoughts. Georgia lost the bulk of the starters they lost to the draft were from the defense. Now, they're reloading. So I'm expecting the defense to take a little bit of a step back, which means if Kirby's smart, no pun intended. No, if Kirby is smart, no pun intended. But Anthony, Kirby is smart. That's why that's his last name. See what I did there? I didn't even mean to do that. It just worked out that way. But if Kirby's a coach worth his salt, which he's already proven, he's going to work real hard on getting that offense to improve. So basically, what that tells me is that South Carolina not being very strong on defense, they're going to have to step up against the Georgia offense, and the Georgia defense is going to have to step. Well, common sense. But it's just a game that's interesting for me to watch. And then another reason why it's interesting for me to watch is that South Carolina's offense was not exceptionally proficient last year, but as I mentioned earlier in the show, they picked up Spencer Rattler via the transfer portal. Spencer Rattler, who was supposed to be the next coming of every great quarterback to the University of Oklahoma and wound up being benched for Caleb Williams. But as we know, Oklahoma's offense was not all that great. Not their offense. The defense was not that great, and their offense struggled at times. The offensive line struggled. I mean, even when Caleb came in, he had to make tons of plays with his feet. So we'll see where that goes. But that's a game I'm interested to check out. I want to get your thoughts on that. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree totally. I mean, I think it's always been talked about how much we've lost our defensive, how much the players we lost on defense will impact our season this season. I think it will, but I don't think it's going to be impact as much as people actually think. But then again, you're hoping your offense can kind of take up for that possible shift in the defense that we've had this past year. But I'm with you on South Carolina. That's going to be an interesting game to me to see how they come back. Obviously, come back from last year having a subpar season, and but it looks like they were coming back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they were coming back at the end of the season. Did they have some good games at the end of the season, or they?
Yeah, I definitely think it will be. I definitely think that will be a really good, and it's going to be an early season. I think it's going to be an early season good game.
Be sure to like and subscribe for content and more on your new home for podcasts and independent music on the Zagniv One Radio Network.